It's almost sunrise and I'm gonna film it. Why do people, photographers and video makers like golden hour so much? What's golden hour? There is one mistake that many people make when filming sunrise or sunset. I just realized today it's cloudy. I guess I'm gonna have to film this on a different day, but you won't have to wait because you're gonna see it right away. What's up guys, Dan Frullani here. Welcome back to a new video. Today from the beach here, the south of Spain near Valencia, and I have some wonderful view here. This is the 15th floor, the top floor, and it's directly on the beach, and the view is pretty amazing. Now it's 7 o'clock, it's almost sunrise, and I'm gonna film it. There is one mistake that many people make when filming sunrise or sunset. It's setting the white balance to auto, and that's a very useful feature most of the times, but it's not ideal when we want to film something like sunrise or sunset. When we film sunrise or sunset, also called golden hour, we want to make sure we retain the golden color. And if we set the white balance to auto white balance, the camera will compensate for the gold, trying to adjust the color to make it look more normal, so not golden. And as you can see from the Osmo Pocket 3, which is set to automatic white balance, we don't get such a huge golden effect. The camera tries to compensate for the orange light. So now I'm gonna go behind my camera here, in this case the Canon R8, just to double check the settings. Aperture for now f2.8. And it's gonna be a little overexposed. Let's see if I set the ISO, basic ISO. It's good. I think it's my best option because the scene won't get any darker. 24 frames per second. Now automatic white balance. I'm shooting in C-Log 3, so I will have to color grade it in post, of course. I'm gonna set the white balance to Kelvin. I'm gonna set the temperature here, 4800 Kelvin. Like if we were in normal, regular sunlight, and when the sun will start to rise and will be visible on the horizon, I'll be able to keep the golden white balance, the golden color in the scene. Now, I just have to wait, and don't worry, I'm not gonna shoot a time lapse. Who does time lapses in 2025? And to film this, I'm gonna start with a 35mm to get the entire scene. And then I'm gonna switch to a 50mm to get a little bit more details of the reflection of the sun in the ocean. Man, it's so windy. For what concerns the aperture, I'm gonna set it between f8 and f12, probably f8. And if there will be too much light, if it will be overexposed, I'm gonna put an ND filter on. I wouldn't use a wider aperture because I want to make sure to get almost the entire scene well in focus. I'm not gonna need the shallow depth of field. I want the sun and the ocean to be in focus. Why do people, photographers and video makers like golden hour so much? But first of all, what's golden hour? The period of time immediately before sunset or immediately after sunrise, when the sun is a little bit above the horizon and everything turns orange and gives us that beautiful golden hue in our pictures or moving pictures. But I've just realized today it's cloudy, and does golden hour happen also on a cloudy day? The answer is yes, but the golden effect is not gonna be so amazing. So much for the golden effect. Well, cloudy day, and even though it is possible to get some golden hour, to enjoy something of the golden hour on a cloudy day, in this case, didn't really work. And also, I wanted to catch some of the beautiful effect of the sun, of the reflection of the sun in the ocean, and I didn't get that. So I'm gonna try on a different day. Don't worry, you won't have to wait for it. Just a few seconds. Be right back. So here I am on a different day. Yesterday was way too cloudy. Today there are a few clouds, but they don't interfere with golden hour. So I was able to film something. I used a 35 millimeters, a 50 millimeters, but now I'm using the 16 to 35 millimeters. So when I set it at 35 millimeters, I get more or less the same effect of when I was using the 35 millimeters f1.8. And when I zoom out all the way to 16 millimeters, I get some very cinematic shot, like an establishing shot. I try to keep an aperture of f8, not any higher because I don't want to lose quality, and not any lower because I don't need a shallow depth of field. I need everything to be in focus, almost everything to be in focus, like the sea, the sun when it's visible, because right now it's hiding behind a cloud, but we can see its reflection on the sea. So in this situation, when I film in 24 frames per second real time, I try to keep the aperture at f8 as much as I can using an ND filter. Of course, otherwise it will be impossible. Even though when we start filming sunrise, we have to start without an ND filter. Otherwise it will be too dark. And then when the sun starts to be stronger and we get the golden hour, we do need an ND filter. So this is for real-time speed, and for slow motion, same thing, to get some more cinematic shot. I don't know why slow motion is always associated with the cinematic, with the cinema. How many slow motion sequences have you seen, or do you usually see in a movie? But anyway, in slow motion, the only thing that I change is the shutter speed. I shot in 60 frames per second, so frame rate has to be double. So shutter speed 1/120th of a second. And in the process, we get less light with a higher shutter speed. But still, I try to keep the aperture at f8 or between f5.6 and f8. And of course, ISO with the Canon R8 when filming in C-Log 3 native ISO. The basic ISO is 800. So I guess that's it for today. Don't forget to check the links in the description to see all my gear stuff and things, and the link to our list for awesome music for your videos. 2 months for free if you subscribe to an annual plan through my link. And I think I don't have anything else to say. I'm just gonna go to the beach now. And I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, smash the like button, subscribe if you ain't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh yeah!